I've always, before my son even started
Welcome
to
back, WWE fans. WWE, the update in the house with your daily dose of matches, highlights, and news. Ring that bell and let's roll. The wrestling world is mourning deeply as news spreads of the passing of Rey Mysterio Jr., one of the most influential architects of modern Lucha Libre. At 66, his death marks the end of a foundational era in wrestling, a chapter defined by creativity, courage, and innovation. More than a performer, he was a visionary who reshaped an entire art form, training wrestlers who would go on to inspire millions around the world. For fans, peers, and family alike, this loss feels not just personal but historical, as if a pillar of wrestling itself has fallen. A legacy that changed. Wrestling forever. Rey Mysterio Sr., born Miguel Angel Lopez Diaz in Tijuana, Mexico, didn't simply participate in wrestling. He created a style that would evolve into a global phenomenon. His pioneering approach to high-flying technique, seamless athleticism, and intricate storytelling helped define what modern cruiserweight wrestling would become. What the world now calls high-flying lucha style was once a daring experiment in small gyms, and Rey Sr. was its architect, refining it move by move until it became poetry in motion. A mentor who made legends, not just wrestlers. While many fans know him primarily as the uncle and trainer of Rey Mysterio Jr., his impact goes much deeper. Rey Sr. trained dozens of luchadors who would later perform on grand stages around the world, including WCW, WWE, ATA, and countless independent promotions. His training philosophy emphasized precision, heart, respect, and an understanding that wrestling is both athletic art and emotional storytelling. Those who learned under him didn't just develop moves, they learned how to make audiences feel something every time they stepped into the ring. A bond between teacher and student, uncle and nephew. The relationship between Rey Sr. and Rey Jr. was one of the most meaningful mentor bonds in wrestling history. Rey Jr. often described his uncle as the man who not only trained him but saved him, guiding him away from the dangers of street life and toward a future filled with purpose and discipline. Despite doubts from others about Rey Jr.'s size, Rey Sr. recognized potential where others saw limits. He pushed his nephew with tough, transformative training sessions that built not only athletic skill but character. Their shared journey became the foundation of one of wrestling's most beloved careers. A quiet architect behind a global phenomenon. While major wrestling companies embraced the high-flying style that Rey Sr. helped invent, he himself remained largely behind the scenes, working in local gyms and small venues rather than under bright global spotlights. Even so, his ideas reached worldwide audiences through the wrestlers he trained. Every time fans saw a Hurricane Rana, a springboard move, or a breathtaking rapid-fire sequence on television in the 1990s and 2000s, they were watching the evolution of Rey Sr.'s teachings. The heart of a teacher, the spirit of a pioneer. Rey Mysterio Sr.'s dedication to wrestling extended beyond technique. He emphasized respect, humility, and cultural pride. His students often described him as someone who taught life lessons as seriously as he taught in-ring mechanics. For him, wrestling was not just a job but a way to build identity, inspire youth, and create community. His belief in the value of hard work, artistic expression, and cultural representation shaped generations of performers who carried his values across borders and promotions. A cultural bridge for Lucha Libre. At a time when Mexican wrestlers were often overlooked or cast into stereotypes, Rey Sr. helped elevate Lucha Libre on the global stage. He proved that lucha performers could be world-class athletes and storytellers, capable of captivating audiences regardless of language or background. By training wrestlers who crossed into American, Japanese, and European promotions, he helped spread Lucha Libre far beyond Mexico, shaping the global wrestling landscape we know today. A lifetime of sacrifice and dedication. Like many wrestlers of his generation, Rey Sr. gave decades of his life to the ring, often wrestling through injuries and physical hardship. He prioritized the future of his students and the preservation of Lucha Libre's traditions over personal fame or financial gain. Though he rarely occupied main event stages, he was the foundation upon which many main event careers were built. His sacrifices helped create entire eras of wrestling and inspired countless performers who grew up watching his students shine on global television. A passing that leaves a deep emotional impact. Rey Mysterio Jr.'s emotional tribute to his uncle showed just how profound their connection was. His grief reflected not only the loss of a beloved family member, but the departure of the man who shaped his identity, career, and purpose. For Rey Jr., this loss comes at a pivotal time in his own career, adding a layer of emotional weight as he continues to carry forward the family legacy that Rey Sr. built with so much love and work. A global wave of respect and remembrance. From Mexico to Japan, from American promotions to European circuits, wrestlers and fans have flooded social media with tributes. Stories of Rey Sr.'s generosity, kindness, and mentorship continue to surface, painting a portrait of a man whose influence reached far beyond any one country or promotion. This worldwide reaction proves what wrestling insiders always knew. Rey Mysterio Sr. was not just a Mexican legend, he was an international cornerstone of the sport. A legacy future generations must preserve with Rey Mysterio. Sr.'s passing, the wrestling community faces the responsibility of preserving his teachings, philosophies, and innovations. Much of his career happened before digital archives were common, meaning much of his work exists only in memories and personal stories. To honor his legacy properly, the wrestling world must document his influence, celebrate his contributions, and ensure that future generations understand the foundation he built. An eternal influence on the art of wrestling. Rey Mysterio Sr.'s contributions live on every time a wrestler takes flight, every time a crowd erupts during a fast-paced lucha sequence, and every time a young wrestler learns that heart and creativity matter more than size or spotlight. His legacy is woven into the very fabric of modern wrestling. Though he may have passed, his influence remains alive in the ring, in the stories told by wrestlers he trained, and in the millions of fans who were touched, directly or indirectly, by his vision. A final farewell to a true legend. Rey Mysterio Sr.'s passing is a profound loss, but his legacy is eternal. He reshaped wrestling, nurtured legends, broke barriers, and inspired generations. The world of Lucha Libre, and wrestling as a whole, will forever carry his fingerprints. May he rest in peace, knowing that his contributions will never be forgotten, and that every high-flying moment that thrills fans today carries a piece of his spirit.